Digital insurance is taking off in Asia Pacific, now making up 20% of the global market in 2024. In Southeast Asia, rising smartphone use and insurtech innovation are changing how people buy insurance. To talk about this, we have Oona Insurance's Abhishek Bhatia and Nikasho Ninoy Roland III. So, what key consumer behavior shifts are driving digital first insurance adoption in Southeast Asia?
I think maybe I'll frame the response in terms of enabling infrastructure, enabling customer behavior, and then there is, let's call it in Asia, the infrastructure overall, physical infrastructure that doesn't really work. But I'll explain each of these points one by one. So, enabling infrastructure, you talked about smartphone penetration, right, Seth, in your opening remarks. I think that's the foundational layer, so to say. And smartphone penetration in large parts of Asia is north of 80% now. And this is the only computer people have. So with this, mobile commerce or e-commerce becomes possible, right? That's number one. And digital insurance becomes possible. But just having this is not enough. You need to have broadband speeds or 4G speeds, which actually make transactions possible rather than just internet surfing. And 4G has been rolled out at the rate of knots in most parts of Asia. So that's the other foundational layer, which is a tick mark. And thirdly is actually payment gateways. So today, actually, you can swipe your credit card or whatever else on the phone itself and make payments for services or goods you want to consume, right? And credit card penetration, which in large parts of Asia was actually quite low, continues to be low. But digital wallets like Gcash or Palawan Pay, etc., have replaced the need to have a bank account or a credit card to be able to make a payment online. So this becomes the enabling infrastructure, which has grown by leaps and bounds in Asia in the last 5 to 10 years, enabling digital insurance to be purchased, right, and consumed. The second is behavior. I think we all know Filipinos are possibly the most avid consumers of YouTube and everything else on social media, possibly globally. And so that's behavior where consumers are spending a lot of time on this, right? So once you're comfortable with an ecosystem with consuming content on device, and then you had catalysts like COVID, which got people into the habit of paying bills or transacting online. Those are again the enabling behaviors that I talked about, which lead you to hopefully consuming insurance online as well. But the last bit that I would say is that consumers don't have to go self-serve, right? Digital insurance can also be made accessible or available to end consumers by our distribution partners, could be our agents, could be our bank partners. So that's where the physical infrastructure in Asia, which doesn't quite work, right? If you have to go across Manila, it takes you maybe 2 hours at times. And just to sell an insurance policy, our agent partners are not willing to do that because the return on time isn't there. But technology today enables them because we put the same tools in their hands now that they don't have to travel. They don't have to travel across Jakarta or Manila or whatever else, but they can still sell policies to their consumers remotely. So I would say those 4 or 5 things put together is driving the rise of digital insurance across Asia.
And coming from the points that Abhishek raised, how is Una Philippines tailoring its offerings to engage younger tech-savvy Filipinos? Let's go to Ninoy this time.
What we did, understanding the behavior of our customers, what we did was we partnered with uh, platforms the likes of Globe, GCash, and Palawan. We've embedded simple, easy to understand, easy to appreciate insurance products that the daily Filipinos can use. As far as our agencies are concerned, we've developed a mobile app called Kahuna, where they can quote, they can sell, they can issue policies and renew their policies as well. With Kahuna, and we've encouraged them to use their social media so that they can sell even without physically present in front of their clients.
Maybe you could also share some best practices, Ninoy. What operational innovations are Una Philippines using to improve claims, underwriting, and even customer service?
On claims, what we're going to do now, you can file your claim online. We're talking to our suppliers that they have to give us a video of what's happening with the unit that they are fixing. So by doing this, the client will no longer call us to follow up. They know exactly what's happening with their clients. So we're engaging our suppliers to make it easy for our customers to understand what is the current situation of the units that's being repaired. On the underwriting side, we're using a lot of our data to understand what is needed for us to be competitive and to address also the needs of the market.
So we're solving for, you have to reimagine products for the digital insurance space, because if you want to sell the same clunky stuff that's been sold for the last 50 years, it's not going to work. So one, we've brought our product proposition, we've democratized it, we've brought it down to granular sizes, which can be consumed online. For example, our cancer insurance product or heart attack insurance or stroke insurance, the number of underwriting questions is only 4, right? And you get real-time issuance of policies versus answering a long list of 55 questions over 5 pages where someone has to physically administer those to you. So first of all, it's reimagining product proposition. Number 2 is pricing it at an affordable price point. Otherwise, you're only talking to the top 1% of the pyramid time and time again. You're leaving the space out for the middle and the bottom of the pyramid. No one's talking to, the 99 million other people in the Philippines, for example, right? So affordability is the second thing we would tackle, and our products are very, very competitively priced. And third is accessibility, right? So Ninoy touched upon that. These products are available across all channels for us. So yes, people can buy them on our website. People can buy them through our bank partners, agent partners, but also increasingly where customers are naturally gravitating for their day-to-day, which is Gcash, Palawan, et cetera, right? That's their natural home for transactions. So our products are also accessible to these consumers at that place. So if we can solve for all of these, which we have, I think we can be a positive force in the market to drive the insurance penetration for the industry higher.
Thank you so much for your time today, Abhishek and Ninoy. We are looking forward to seeing what's next from Oona Insurance.
Thank you.
Thank you, Seth.
Once again, those were Abhishek Bhatia, Group CEO and Director at Oona Insurance, and Nikasha Roland III, President and CEO at Oona Insurance, Philippines. For more news, visit insuranceasia.com.